Next question is a force of 200 Newton acting downwards tangentially to the right side of the drum of radius 0.75 meter. So that we make a drum and there is a force which is acting on right side that is tangentially vertically downwards with the value of 200 Newton. And the radius of this drum is 0.75 meter. It must be transferred parallel to itself to center O with keeping the same effect on the body. What is the magnitude of the couple to be added in the system? Now, this force has to be shifted by this distance. So couple introduced will be 200 multiplied by distance which is shifted, it is 0.75. But it has to be shifted here. So the distance will be 0.75. The effect will be C is equal to 200 into 0.75, that is nothing but 150 Newton meter. Now it is clockwise or anti-clockwise. So if you can see, this force is making a clockwise couple. So it will be a clockwise couple of 150 Newton meter. So answer is option number A. Next question. Which of the following statement is false with regards to movement of a force? So movement of a force is turning effect produced by the body on which it acts. That is correct. Movement of a force is equal to the product of force acting on the body and the perpendicular distance. Yes, this is also correct. This point is also correct. Movement of a force is equal to twice the area of triangle whose base is the line representing force and whose vertex is the point about which movement is taken. This is also correct statement. Movement of a force is force into square of the distance between the line of sight. This is wrong. It is not the square of the distance. So this statement is false. So the answer will be option D. Next question. Three forces of 10 Newton magnitude each are acting along three sides AB, BC and CA of an equilateral triangle ABC. So there is an equilateral triangle. There is an equilateral triangle ABC. And the forces acting are along AB 10 Newton, along BC 10 Newton and along CA 10 Newton. Of equilateral triangle 3 meter side. So the sides are 3 meter, 3 meter and 3 meter. The movement of a force about the apex of triangle is, we want to take movement about this point, about it. So I will write summation of movement about it. Now if you simply observe that this force of AB is passing to this point, so movement will be 0. Similarly, this 10 Newton force is also passing through this point, hence movement will be 0. So the only movement will be caused by this 10 Newton force. And because the force is horizontal, we need the perpendicular distance, that is vertical distance. So first we will find out what is this distance. So for this triangle, let us say AMB, we know that this angle is 60 degree. So side opposite to 60 will be, let us say I will use sine 60. Sine 60, sine theta is opposite upon hypotenuse. So I will get therefore sine 60 is equal to opposite, that is AM divided by 3 hypotenuse. So I will get AM is equal to 3 sine 60, which is nothing but 2.6 meters. So if it is 2.6, what I will write? Movement about A will be, this is making a anti-clockwise movement, so it will be 10 multiplied by 2.6, which is equal to 26 Newton meter. So it is approximately equal to 25.98. So the answer will be 25.98, option A. Next question. As per the principle of transmissibility of force, effect of force upon a body is minimum when it acts as CG, different at different points, maximum at center of gravity, same at every point in line of action. This is the correct answer. It is the definition of transmissibility, or it is principle of transmissibility that the effect remains same along the line of action. So answer will be option D. Next question. Two like parallel forces P and Q of magnitude 38 and 86 respectively are acting at a distance of 6 centimeters. Okay. So let me make a diagram. There are two like parallel forces. So this is 38 Newton and this is 86 Newton. They are like parallel forces and acting at a distance of 6 meters from each other. 6 centimeters. What is the magnitude of resultant and position with respect to force P? So let us say this is force P and this is force Q. So if I find out the resultant, I will have R is equal to summation of Fy. So it will be 38 plus 86 which will be equal to 124 Newton. So resultant is 124 Newton. So let me make somewhere here that this is resultant going upward with 124 Newton, and let us assume that it's x at a distance of x from P. So to locate the position of resultant, we use Varignon's theorem. So I will apply summation of moment of all forces about P is equal to moment of resultant about P. So if I take moment about point P, there is only one force which is making anti-clockwise movement. So it will be 86 multiplied by 6 will be equal to moment of resultant is 124 multiplied by x. So the x value will be 86 into 6 divided by 124. So the answer after solving you will get as 4.16 centimeter. So the options are 124 Newton and 4.16 from P. So there are two options. So we have found out distance x from P. So this will be the correct answer, option D. Next question. A beam AB of length 6 meters carry uniformly distributed load of 5 kilonewton per meter over the entire span. So I will make this. There is a UDL of 5 kilonewton meter for the entire span of 6 meters. And it carries 2 point load of 15 kilonewton each from point A. So let us say there is 15 kilonewton force at point A, and after 5 meter distance, there is one more load of 15 kilonewton. So we need to find out what is the equivalent force. So for equivalent force, I will draw the free body diagram. So this is 15 kilonewton. This is 15 kilonewton. And for a UDL, we know that UDL force will be intensity multiplied by length. So it will be 5 into 6, 30, and acting exactly at the center. So it will be 30 kilonewton force. We need what is the equivalent force. So equivalent force will be, if I club all these forces, it will be a equivalent force of 30 plus 30, that will be 60 kilonewton. So answer will be option B. 60 kilonewton. Next question. Next question. In a system of coplanar forces, if the resultant is vertical, then we have already seen this in the LMR. If resultant is vertical, we will write summation of Fy is equal to R and summation of Fx is equal to 0. So here we can write this one. Summation of Fx is equal to 0 and summation of Fy is not equal to 0. Option A. Or this will be equal to R. Next question. Forces of magnitude 100, 200 and 300 x along the sides BC, CA and AB of an equilateral triangle. So let me make a triangle A. Triangle ABC. The forces are BC. Along BC there acts a 100 Newton force. Along CA there is 200 Newton force. And along AB there is a 300 Newton force. If the triangle side is 20 mm, find the moment of resultant about point A. Please understand this question. It is asked that what is moment of resultant about A. So first we need to find out resultant, then we need to find out its location, and then we should take moment about point A. But we should have, that will be a very lengthy procedure. But again we have the logic. The moment of resultant will be equal to moment of all forces about point A, because resultant is summation of all forces. So if I take the moment of all forces about A, that will be the moment of resultant about point A. So let me take the moment of all the forces about A. So these two forces will be passing through the A, that will be moment 0. So only moment will be by this. So it will be moment at A is equal to minus of 100 into this perpendicular distance we want. So we know that this angle is 60 degree. So side opposite to 60, that is AM, let us say this is AM. AM is root 3 by 2 of hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is 20. So it will be 10 root 3. So this distance is 10 root 3. So here it will be multiplied 10 root 3. So finally I will get MA is equal to 1000 root 3. So see, it's how simple it is. Only 2 lines and we get the answer if you know the concepts properly. So B answer 1000 root 3. Next question. Varignon's theorem is used to. It's very basic question. It is used to find out location of the resultant force. So option B is the answer. Next. When trying to turn a key into a lock, the following force is applied. while turn a key into a lock, following is applied. So if you just imagine a key in your hand and you are applying a force, you can see that you are applying two opposite parallel forces separated by some distance. That is the width of key. So it is two parallel forces separated by a distance that is known as a couple, and it will be give the rotary movement. So that is known as couple, and it is option D. Next question. To move a boat uniformly along a river at a given speed, a resultant force R equal to 520 Newton is required along positive x-axis. So it is already given that resultant is acting along x direction with a value of 520 Newton. This is resultant. Two men pulling ropes with force P and Q acting angle of 30 degree and 40 degree respectively. So to maintain this resultant, there are two men who are pulling this rope with a force of P and Q, which are at an angle of 30 degrees and 40 degrees respectively. What is the pulling forces P and Q? So it's very simple. We have the relation if R is in the x direction, we know that summation of Fx will be equal to 520 and summation of Fy will be equal to 0. So just applying Fx, Fy. So if I resolve this will be P cos 30, this will be P sin 30. And here also if I resolve, this will be Q cos 40 and this will be Q sin 40. If I apply summation of Fx equal to 0, I will get P cos 30 plus Q cos 40 520 because resultant is 520 in x direction. Similarly, that is the equation number 1. Similarly, if I use Fy is equal to 0, I will get P sin 30 minus Q sin 40 is equal to 0. So now we have two equations and two unknowns. Just solve it simultaneously and you will get the answer for P and Q as 355.7 Newton and Q as 276.7 Newton. So that is option A. Next question. The algebraic sum of resolved parts of number of forces. So it is summation of Fx of all the forces is equal to resultant in the same direction Rx. Summation of Fy is equal to Ry. What is this? This is nothing but resolution of the forces. So answer is C. Next question. Lami's theorem states that three forces acting at a point will be in equilibrium. Yes, this is correct. Three forces acting at a point can be represented by a triangle, each side being proportional to force. This is also correct. If three forces acting upon by a particle are represented in magnitude and direction by the sides of a triangle taken in that order, then they will be in equilibrium. If three forces acting at a point in equilibrium, each force is proportional to the sine of angle between the other two. Yes, this is the correct statement. That is the Lami's theorem. Option D. Next question. Which is the correct statement about law of polygon law of force? So polygon law of force normally says that if any number of forces acting at a point can be represented in magnitude and direction by the sides of polygon taken in the order, then the forces are in equilibrium. So the option is option D. Next question. According to law of triangle of forces. So we have according to triangle law, if three forces acting upon a particle is represented in magnitude and direction by the sides of triangle taken in that order, then they will be in equilibrium. That is the law of triangle of forces. Option C. Next question. According to law of moments, if number of coplanar forces acting on a particle are in equilibrium, then their algebraic sum is 0. Their lines of action are at equal distance. The algebraic sum of their moments about any point in the plane is 0. The algebraic sum of their moment is equal to the moment of resultant about the force about the same point. So basically, point D is Varignon's theorem. So law of moment says that summation of moment in clockwise direction is equal to summation of moment in anti-clockwise direction. So if I take the algebraic sum, it will be 0. So this is correct option, option C. Next question. The figure below shows three coplanar forces PQR acting at point O. If these forces are in equilibrium, then so if three forces passing to one point are in equilibrium, we can apply Lami's theorem. So as per Lami's theorem, we have P divided by sine of alpha will be equal to Q divided by sine of beta will be equal to R upon sine of gamma. So the option is option number B. Next question. Which of the following statement is correct? The algebraic sum of forces constituting the couple is 0. The algebraic sum of forces constituting a couple is 0. That's yes, this is correct. The algebraic sum of forces constituting a couple about any point is the same. The algebraic sum of forces constituting a couple about any point is the same. Yes, because couple is a free vector. A couple cannot be balanced by a single force, but can be balanced by a couple of opposites, and this is also correct. So the option is all of the above. D. Next question. A hinge support constraints. We have seen in the diagram also the hinge constraints horizontal and vertical motion. So it's restrict translation motion in one direction. No. Restrict the translation motion in two mutually perpendicular directions. Yes, this is the correct answer. It restricts in x and y both. So answer will be B. Next question. Reaction of a roller support is always. So we have seen the reactions are always perpendicular to the surface. So it will be perpendicular to the roller face. Option B. Next question. A simply supported beam carries two equal concentrated loads. So if I make a simply supported beam here, so is it simply supported? So let us say this is RA and this is RB. Simply supported beams carry two equal concentrated loads W at a distance of L by 3 from left support and 2L by 3. So this is W, this is also W, and this distance is L by 3, and this distance is also, and this total distance is 2L by 3, that means this is L by 3. So the remaining distance will also be L by 3. Right. Find the right support reaction. Now you can solve it also, but you can also see by symmetry that it is symmetric object. So if the symmetry is there, this will be W, this will be balanced by this force, and this force will be balanced by this force. So I will write therefore RB is equal to W without solving anything. You can also solve by applying summation of Fy is equal to 0 and summation of moment about this point equal to 0. Then also you will get the same answer, but in MCQ we have to try for the logical reasoning. So the answer will be option A, simply. Next question. Find the support reaction of a simply supported beam of span 8 meters. Okay. So I will make a simply supported beam of span 8 meters carrying a point load at the center. Okay, so this is a center, 80 Newton. So just now we have gone through the concept that if it is a symmetric loading, then it will be, reactions will be equal. So if it is 80, this will be balanced by both the forces, like RA will be equal to 40 and RB will be equal to 40 because it is exactly at the center. So RA 40, RB will also be 40. Answer will be option A without solving. Next question. A beam AB 8 meter long. Okay, there is a beam AB 8 meter long. It is hinged at A. Okay, so there is hinge reaction at A and roller support at B. Is roller supported at B. And roller is inclined at 30 degree to horizontal. So this will not be the case. So there is a roller but which is inclined. So we have to make this as like this. There is an inclined roller which is inclined at 30 degrees with the horizontal. What is the reaction at A and B if beams carry the point load of 64 kilonewton? So this is a 64 kilonewton force exactly at the center. That means it is at 4 meters. Okay, let me draw the free body diagram first. So free body diagram at A, hinge will be replaced by two reactions. Let us say VA and HA. Then there is a force here of 64 kilonewton applied force. Then there is a roller here. So roller will be giving the reaction perpendicular to surface. So this will be 90 degree. So if this is 30, this is 90, this will be 60 degrees. So it will give reaction of 60 degrees. So if this is 60, this will become, let us say this is RB. So this is RB cos 60 and this will be RB sin 60. So now I can apply conditions of equilibrium. So I will get summation of Fx is equal to 0. So I will get HA minus RB cos 60 is equal to 0. Then I will write summation of Fy is equal to 0. So for summation of Fy, I will get VA minus 64 plus RB sin 60 is equal to 0. Let this be equation 1 and let this be equation number 2. Now third equation is summation of movement about any point should be 0. Let us take movement about point A. So these two forces passing through same point, movement will be 0. This is making a clockwise movement, so it will be minus 64 into 4. And this RB again, it will be passing through same point, movement will be 0. This force making an anti-clockwise movement, so it will be plus RB sin 60 multiplied by distance is 8. So if I solve this, I will get answer for RB as 36.95 kilonewton. So this is RB. So if you see the options, the only option which contains RB as 36.95, that is option A. But if you want to solve it, just put the value of RB in this equation and get the answer for VA. You will get VA is equal to 32 kilonewton. And when you put RB in this equation, you will get HA is equal to 18.47 kilonewton. But it is not required to calculate this because there is only one option which has RB as 36.95. This is the correct option A. Next question. A beam ABCD of 20 meter long. So there is a beam which is 20 meter long and has A, B, C, D. So it will be D. On two intermediate supports B and C. It is supported at two intermediate supports at C and D. 12 meter apart. So these two supports are 12 meter apart. Carries two concentrated load of 30 kilonewton at left end A. So at left end A, it consists of a 30 kilonewton force and 50 kilonewton force at right end B. How far away should be the first support be located so that the reaction RC equal to RD? What's the distance of this force? So let us assume that this distance is X. Now, first we need to find out what is reaction at C and what is reaction at D. And we are given that RB is equal to RC. Support reactions are equal. So if I write Fy equal to 0, I will get minus 30 plus RB plus RC minus 50 is equal to 0. So I will get RB plus RC is equal to 80. But condition is given RB equal to RC. So I will get 2 RB is equal to 80, or I will get RB is equal to RC is equal to 40 kilonewton. So this value I got 40 kilonewton. This value also I got 40 kilonewton. Now let us apply movement at point A. So if I apply summation of movement about A equal to 0, I will get this making an anti-clockwise movement. So it will be 40 into X. Then this is also making anti-clockwise movement. So it will be plus 40 into X plus 12. Distance will be X plus 12. Then this is making a clockwise movement. So it will be minus 50 into total distance of the beam is 20. And this should be equal to 0. So if I solve this expression, I will get X is equal to 6.5 meters. So answer will be support B should be located at 6.5 meters from end B. That is option B. Next question. A cylinder weighing 1500 newtons is resting in a smooth V-shaped groove. Okay, this is a V-shaped groove, and this is a cylinder which is resting in the V-shaped groove with a weight of 1500 newtons. The left side of the groove is inclined at 45 degrees. So this angle is given to us as 45 degrees, whereas the right side is inclined at 60 degrees. This angle is 60 degrees. The cylinder has contact point A with the left surface, so this is A, and whereas B on the right surface, so this is B. The reaction at contact A will be. Okay, so for finding out reaction, first we will draw the free body diagram. So let us consider this cylinder as a point. So first is the applied force. There is no applied force. Next will be self weight. So this is self weight of 1500 Newton. Then reaction from contact surfaces. So here it is a contact, so reaction will be perpendicular to the surface and from surface to the body. So it will be reaction with this RA acting at an angle of 45 degrees. Now, how 45 degrees? This is 90, this is 45, so this angle will be 45 degrees. Similarly, here the angle, the reaction will be perpendicular to the surface. So this is 90, this is 60, so this will be making angle 30 degrees. So here there is a reaction RB with an angle of 30 degrees. Now you can see that there are three forces passing through one single point. So I can apply Lewis theorem. So I will get 1500 divided by sine of angle between other two forces. So this angle will be how much? 45 and 30 is 75. So this is 105. So sine of 105 is equal to RA divided by sine of 90 plus 30. So it will be sine of 120. So if I cross multiply it, I will get the answer for RA as 1344.86 Newton, which is option number. Next question. So with this, we have completed the entire topic on forces, which consist of equilibrium as well as the resultant of force system. Again, I repeat, this was the most important topic for your end semester examination as far as your MCQ and the descriptive part is concerned. So hope you have understood all the problems and enjoyed the session. Thank you.